Okay, welcome back to Realm of the Mad God. I have played for just a few minutes off camera. And that was originally recorded, but something came up and I was not able to post that. I am sorry. I got a Robe of Acolyte and a Ring of Magic, which increases my mana points, and which are both pretty common items, so don't worry about that. If you're playing the Wizard class early on, I recommend the Ring of Defense, which I have acquired, because it gives you the extra defense, and you really need it in the early stages, really badly. As you see, I am in the desert. And these potions here are very useful when you use them properly, as they can heal you pretty much to full health in the early levels of the game. And there are quite a few biomes in this game that I know of. There's the forest, midland desert, highland desert, godlands, which is for the level 20 characters, which is max level in this game, and they're very, very powerful enemies there. In fact, sometimes I'd say get better stuff before even going there, even once you're level 20, just because they're so dangerous. Until then, what I like to do is hang out in the highlands, which is the area next to Godlands, which is, so, in the middle of the map is Godlands, and the area around that is the highlands, which holds the lesser gods, and they kind of look like Shrek. The lesser gods do, or one of them does, because it's an ogre, or at least it seems to be an ogre. And they are very, very dangerous for lower level characters like my guy, who's having trouble fighting crabs. Bandit King. But, so, if you'd like to see my favorite class to play as, that is Necromancer. As Necromancer has this awesome ability where it shoots off, well, not shoots, but it has an area of effect skull, which can pretty much nuke heal your team, so that your team all is back to full health. And it doesn't take too much mana to use, so that's my favorite. But in later levels, it's incredibly expensive. However, nuke healing, I think, is worth it, because since death is permanent, nuke healing is incredible. But it's a very underrated class. Most people don't like it, which I don't understand why. So if I die, I'm going to switch over to the Necromancer class, and I'm going to get my pet out so I can progress further. If you don't like seeing the pet, I'm sorry. If enough people don't want to see pets, then I guess I won't use the pet. But for a while, I think I'm going to use my pets, just so that I can progress faster and content doesn't get super duper boring. Normally the Great Coil Snake is in this area, but it seems he was already defeated. There are 20 Great Coil Snakes per realm, I believe. And sometimes you won't have a quest marker, which is kind of, oh, now I have a quest marker. But normally that's because no enemies that are at your level have spawned yet so far. So you just have to wait a little bit. You know, go adventure, find some other stuff to kill for a while. The Swarm is the quest I currently have. And the Swarm is a really annoying enemy, but if you have the right class, he is no problem. Or it is no problem. It's basically a bunch of oh, it died. But the Swarm is basically a bunch of flies that shoot weak attacks at you. They don't kill you very often, but it is possible. There it is. Oh, and the bunnies light on fire if you attack them, so don't attack them. So this is one of the dragons. There's not a whole lot of different types of dragons, and honestly, I don't think that well, this is definitely the weakest dragon by far. Some of the ones later on are incredibly powerful, like the Great Rock Dragon, which I don't know if I'll ever even be able to get to. Oh, the baby dragons. Baby dragons will run away if they are greatly damaged, and they will call enemies over to you. So you can't let these guys live. You have to get rid of them. And the swarm is down. You have a lot of options when you click on a player name down there. I'll show that later on if I can find someone to play with. And on the map there are red dots. Those are the enemies, and the yellow dots are players. The maps are pretty big, so often there won't be a whole lot of players nearby, even if there are 70-something people on one server. So I'm using the T3 wand that you probably saw me pick up, but I didn't say anything, so you might not have. It's called the Serpentine Staff. Oh, Serpentine. And it's not the greatest one. Oh, the snake. Okay, so the coil snake is now here, so I'm going to attempt to fight the coil snake. If you saw how that went in the last video, though, you probably know what's going to happen. Or at least what's most likely going to happen. That treasure chest has the loot in it that I'm wanting from this coil snake. But as you can see, it's not very easy to get past even its minions. So I'm just spamming my ability since it is kind of like a nuke type ability. And it's lagging a bit on my screen. Okay, there are a lot of these things. This is what happens if you don't kill them fast enough. Oh, it dropped the ancient ruins. This is a... Oh, wait, no. It's the Forbidden Jungle. Okay, if I can get out of this area, if it'll let me in to the Forbidden Ruins, Forbidden Jungle, I'm clicking on this a lot. Eventually, it might let me in. Okay, there we go. I think it let me in. Nope, it takes me back out to this screen. So, sometimes if your connection gets really bad, like if you get swarmed with enemies, like what happened to me, it will just kick you out so that it doesn't cause a problem. So, I was able to get a nice robe from that guy. And some of the stuff I don't need, I'll just throw on the floor. Oh, there's a necromancer. So there is a necromancer enemy you see in my quest, and there is a necromancer class. However, this has no relation to the necromancer enemy, except for the fact that they use the same sprite. He's a pretty easy boss. I'd say he's much easier than the coil snake, so I should probably be going after him. But there's a lot of people that, well, I don't know. It seems the developers think he's a lot harder, so. But as you see, he goes down very quickly. The warrior bee is the next enemy. If he drops a portal, I am not going to go through it because it's to the hive, which is a very dangerous area for a level 8 wizard. And I personally have never been able to beat one hive on my own, even with level 20 characters. But that's probably because I'm bad at the game. But these bees are a pretty big problem for newer players. I'd recommend avoiding them until they're in your quest area. See, I see he dropped the thing, but I can't grab that because I'll get murdered. There's another necromancer. Oh, the bears. Okay, these guys aren't too much trouble unless they appear beside other enemies. Like this. Then they can kind of swarm you, and it gets bad. But since I'm near the necromancer ruins, I can just kind of pop in here. And they won't follow me because I don't think they fit somehow. And I don't think that these minions are really any problem. And the necromancer himself's not even aiming at me for some reason. And there. I mean, it's pretty simple and easy. At least for the wizard class. I'm sure there are other classes like the knight that would probably have some trouble with it. Teleporting is a very, very useful maneuvering option to get out of an area or to find your enemy, because a lot of the times, if your enemy is if you find someone who's near your level, then often they'll be chasing after some of the same guys. I'm going to try to talk to this guy. Okay, I'm gonna see if he wants to adventure with me.
Hey, David.
So, this is going to show the team mechanic. Yeah, well.
On the video I'm watching? Wait, are you recording?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
But the tree enemy can be a little annoying at times. Although, normally it's not a problem. As long as you're paying attention. If you don't pay attention, this guy can sweep you really easy. If you do pay attention, though, you will be okay. Like, guaranteed. Well, not guaranteed, but almost guaranteed. Now, he's playing as the sorcerer class, which is a class that can shoot lightning.
Aren't you playing as sorcerer?
I am currently playing as the wizard class, and well, yeah, I've already shown the wizard class in my previous episode. So if you haven't seen that, hopefully you can watch that. Uh-oh, this is the Highlands. It's probably a good idea to evacuate this area. And you saw that we were able to defeat the tree a lot faster than normal by teaming up. And that's going to be an episode. I hope you liked it. Subscribe if you'd like, and leave a comment. Bye.